Yeah, it's Sunday, February 14th. I'm heading over the Ortega Highway from Elsinore to San Juan Capistrano and going down to San Onofre, down to the beach down there. I worked right there at the power plant for like 20 years, so I know the beach. But most of my family's heading down there. We just had the funeral for my brother Jim yesterday, and they all want to go down here because he liked to go to San Onofre since he worked at the plant too. So it was conveniently located. So we're all going down there for a little while. It's going to be a hot day at the beach. Isn't that weird? In February, probably be high 70s or maybe low 80s. So anyway, going to head down there and see everybody. So, San Onofre State Beach. Alright. Yeah, there's the power plant over there, all shut down, of course. That's where I worked as a nuclear coatings specialist, or a painter, for 20 years, off and on. Well, we have a problem. The beach is all filled up. Can you believe it? Because my sister Chris, it's all filled up and they won't even start letting people in for 45 minutes. There's this big giant lineup of people that want to go in. So, well, you guys having fun at the beach? Everybody enjoyed the beach? Okay.
They look looking at his future job site. When they open back up the plant. It looks a future job site.
Okay, this is these kids singing. When they were 5 and 7 years old, right?
5 and 6.
5 and 6?
Can you see what I see?
This is Julia's kids singing. Here's Julia. Okay, here's a little closer view of the power plant. Up here is where I normally used to park and go through all these security gates with a red badge, they call it, to get down there. Got to go through bomb detectors, all kinds of stuff. So that's it. But it's been shut down now for a few years. Okay, so I left the beach. I'm coming over the Ortega Highway. I'm way up here on the mountain. And all of a sudden I caught my eye, I think, hey, that looks like a friend of mine parked next to the road. So I turn around. It is. He's always trying to get me to go mushroom hunting. So I'm going mushroom hunting now.
Fan.
Turkey tail.
Yeah, they grow like a fan and they're striped.
Uh-huh.
They look like a turkey's tail when it's
Okay.
open. There's tons of them. You can see them.
Oh, yeah. So when they're big, are they any good?
Well, actually, the way they are right now, they're good. They're only this green here. It's not a lichen. This is the lichens.
Yeah.
This is a type of mushroom.
Huh.
And we found some that are just humongous. But this tree in particular is pretty ripe with turkey tails. You can see the thing, all the growth.
Yeah.
And they'll turn colors, like you'll get browns and grays, but you'll also get greens and blues sometimes.
Okay.
This is why they call them turkey tails.
Oh, yeah.
They look like a turkey's tail when it's spread open.
Picture of that.
Yeah. See some, and then they'll get even larger. They'll get as big as your hand. There's a nice specimen there.
Okay. Now, are there any other edible types up here besides the turkey tails?
There's oyster mushrooms we found.
Okay.
And honey mushrooms, which I'm hoping have popped out.
That sounds good. Honey mushroom.
Yeah, there's a good chunk. There's also other medicinal mushrooms like reishi and a few other. They're red and they're really thick.
Okay.
There's some conch.
Some what?
They're called
Conch.
conch. Kind of hard to explain. Once you see one,
I'll
you
know.
start seeing them all over the place.
Okay.
And you realize, oh, I didn't. They grow like a shelf out of the side of a tree.
Okay.
Some of them are colorful, yellow, red, green. Something will pop out of this.
Do you have to have real wet conditions?
No. In fact, the first time we came up here, it hadn't even rained.
Okay.
The rain will just make it grow. The fact that it's cooler up here and shadier up here. Although on the wild.
Wild carrots. Okay. You get one little nip out of that one, and one little bite, that's it, huh? So
Yeah,
they don't
but-
get much bigger than that?
They can, but you know, if you get rains like this year, these will get bigger. But you can see they're everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So mushrooms, wild carrots.
Man could survive up here. Okay.
And you know, what happened back here? What was this to somebody
Yeah.
back in 1920, 100 years ago, when this tree was still standing? And
Yeah, because you have to figure they have this whole area to build. They're obviously not going to build it under a tree they think is going to fall in the next 10 years or something. So it took a
it
while.
would be a scenic spot for somebody. So I imagine all this deadfall was gone, and they had a little, you know, opening here in the grove. And this tree probably came over and shaded this. So
Yeah.
you know, because you can see how big it is and how far over it went.
Okay.
The level of decay is just, I mean, regular wood just doesn't do that.
Oh, yeah.
And especially oak, and then you look and you see the center's all gone, and that's still hard. So the heartwood, you know, I just can't wrap my brain around time.
Well, you know, that's like the way that's all rotted there. It always makes me feel so bad when you go up to the giant redwoods and you find out they cut those trees down not knowing when they'd fall, it pretty much, that's what they were useless as far as lumber goes, that type of a redwood.
I've actually never been up there.
Oh, you haven't?
No,
Oh.
it's one of the trips I want to take with the family. Why can't they use them?
Because I guess they're just not the right, it's not the right type of redwood that is, you know, that's made to make lumber out of. I mean, I'm not saying you can't make any, but that's
Are they hollow?
I don't know.
You know the baobab tree?
Yeah, the one that was in the,
Huge, and it goes
in
up-
Africa.
Yeah, they're useless. They're hollow.
Okay.
Completely hollow. So it looks like it's a true. And actually, I'm sure you could probably use the wood because they got to be, you know, so thick.
Yeah. Well, we didn't find any really good mushrooms this time, but I'll try it another time. It was interesting. Learned a lot about mushrooms. Pretty area up there, all the old oak trees. So coming out of the Ortega Mountains now, heading down there to Lake Elsinore, and past that to Menifee. So having to go back and forth over this road for 20 years, I've literally been on it thousands of times. I could drive over it with my eyes closed, and I'm afraid I probably did a few times. I was so tired. I don't know how I survived. I saw tons of accidents, especially motorcycles. I mean, people just terrible accidents on this road. People try to pass on curves. They've actually made it better. It used to be a little narrower, and now they put these strips in the middle, or they put the bumps in the middle, so if you start falling asleep, you'll wake up, hopefully. But yeah, it was a terrible, terrible road a few years ago. Well, my grandkids are probably going to come over tomorrow, the boys, and I think they might want to go metal detecting. So probably what I'll do tomorrow. I had that last spot I was at was pretty good. The only thing I'm afraid of, the one guy that was over there that saw me over there, he left before we did. And normally, wherever we go, he ends up going to that spot after we leave. So I don't know if he was over there today or not. Hopefully he didn't clean it all out. But maybe he didn't this time. We'll see. We're going around Dead Man's Curve up here. I was on a motorcycle with my wife years ago, and she thought I took it a little too fast. Maybe skid a little bit or something. And she did. Every time we took this road, whether in a car or motorcycle, from then on, years later, make sure you go slow on that curve, Larry. She would never forget it.